Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be talking about the guest list. For a lot of people the guest list is actually extremely stressful, and it's because they have a lot of people that would be very offended if they weren't invited to their wedding. They have a lot of people that wouldn't really care if they came to their wedding or not, but they know they still have to invite them. And there are just so many situations of different people that are in your life that make a guest list extremely stressful. What we did, my fiance and I, and if you don't want to do this, you don't have to, but it is very helpful, is you create an A list and you create a B list. The A list are people that you know not only you want there, but you know that want to be there. So, for example, my mom, of course, she's on the A list. His mom, of course, she's on the A list. People like that, that you know, regardless, not only you really want them there, but they also really want to be there. And then you can create a B list of people that don't really fall in that category. Sometimes your A list can only be 10 people long. Of course, if you have enough space for 100 people and your A list is only 10 people long, then at that point, what you would do is you would start pulling people from your B list. So, your B list consists of people that you don't really care to have there, but that you know it's like only right to invite them. B list consists of maybe farther family that you haven't spoken to in a long time. B list consists of like coworkers, things like that. So basically, anybody that you know for a fact 100% is going to receive an invitation, you create an A list with them. And then anybody that you are kind of skeptical about, or if your wedding, like mine, is much farther off, you don't know if you'll still be friends with that person or talking to that person when your wedding comes around. So then you would place them on a B list. And then what you do later is when you're sending out invitations, you of course send out invitations to your A-list people first. And then based on what some people do is based on the responses of their A-list people, they'll then send out the B-list invitations. The important thing is just to make sure that you send them out early enough that the second round of invites still has enough time to RSVP. Another thing that people will do is, as I said, they'll figure out, okay, if I have enough space for 100 people, then I invite everybody off my A list, and depending on how much space I have left, I invite people off of my B list. And usually in regular wedding terms, I think it's 20% of your invites won't usually come, even if they say they will. So what a lot of people will do is they'll just basically account for that 20% in the beginning, and they'll invite 20% more than their venue can actually hold. So then when the actual wedding comes around, it basically balances out because they invited too many people to begin with, but then with all of the no-shows, it all ends up balancing out. Another thing that you can do if you're having a lot of issues with your guest list is you can definitely go on Pinterest, go on The Knot, go on Wedding Wire. They have a lot of helpful tools that you can use to create your guest list, to organize your guest list. I have a copy in my binder, but it seems that it has disappeared. So perhaps Elise, my fiance, has it. But basically what we did is we created columns, and we put a column for the bridal shower. We put a column for names, addresses, phone numbers, plus ones, all of that. Basically everything that we could think of, we put it there. And we filled in all the information for each person on both our A list and our B list. So if you are having a lot of difficulty and you don't necessarily want to go that route of making a spreadsheet, you can definitely go on The Knot or go on Wedding Wire, and they have a lot of tools, as I said, that you can just basically fill in the information and then they just create like a spreadsheet for you. If you're having a lot of difficulty on who to actually put on your guest list, I believe The Knot also has like different flow chart, things like that, where it'll be like, okay, who to invite to your wedding, Have you spoken to them in the last 5 years? No? Okay, don't invite. So it'll have like different things like that that you can use if you're really having a lot of difficulty narrowing down who to put on your guest list. A lot of people lose friends over weddings, and a lot of people lose a lot of close family relationships that they might have had. They lose it over the wedding because an aunt didn't get a +1 that she thought she would, or a cousin boyfriend wasn't invited when they thought they would be. So, things like that. So you definitely want to do your best to not hurt any feelings, but you also have to remember that this is your special day, this is your wedding, and it only comes once. So, hopefully. So if you do everything based on what's going to make other people happy, then ultimately you're not going to be happy. And what I always think about is it's your wedding. And regardless, somebody's going to be upset. So you just have to choose what's going to make you happy, make your decision, and just stick with it. So that's all the advice that I have on guest lists. As I always say, if you have any specific questions, feel free to comment down below. If you have questions that you don't want to comment, my email is always available in the description box. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, happy planning!